Hey there, Walter here. It is another time for opening up and working on the Phantom Knight Rider model. But before we do that, there's a little bit of an issue that I have to address. Now, I had said before that I was going to show the progress of the model, and I didn't do it. So, kaboom! Here we are right now. And as you can see by this diagram, we are at the halfway stage. So I'm already predicting right now that by October of 2024, which is roughly a year from now, the model will be complete. So now that I have addressed that issue, now we can open up this stage here. This is stage number 15, or actually delivery number 15. I don't remember this actual stages right now here, but that's why we'll open it up and we'll find out. And I already know what these parts are going to be there for the seats. The driver's side seat. And we have all the parts for the driver's side seat. Everything to make it look so authentic. And I think this is also the parts for the what do they call that? The firewall. Okay, now that I learned that. And then we have our issues as well. So I will organize all these and we will get started here. And we are starting with stage 55. Okay, I went ahead and I grabbed the entire model, even though I don't think I need it. All I need is the interior pan right here for the next stages. But for this stage right here, we're going to be working on the firewall. And we're going to be hooking up the fuse box, wire motor, and other accessories to the firewall. And I can see on here it takes BP screws, which means plastic, which means I don't have to use any oil for this. So I'll just go ahead and take all this stuff out. It's kind of a tough fit right now here. I need to clean this table off. I have some other items on here like my laptops. I did have an issue with the 1/43rd scale kit model. That was supposed to show up in the last issue and that did not. I did contact Phantom about it. And I was notified, whoops, I lost a piece, and I bumped the camera in the process. Okay, I got the piece back. I was notified by Phantom, like I was saying, about that 1/43rd scale kit model, that it is currently out of stock. So, once it gets in stock, it will be shipped to me right away. So, that's understandable. Alright, I need my glasses off so I can actually see, and I need the light on so I can actually see. And we're going to start, I'm dropping everything today. We're going to start with this piece right here, which is the fuse box. And it is going to hook up into the firewall. It says to fit the pin on the fuse box into the hole in the firewall panel. So I'm actually holding it upside down. There is a pin on the back side right here that you can see, just a little pin in the corner. Fits on the firewall panel like so. And then it gets hooked up with a BP screw. So before I drop everything else, I need to quite literally drop everything else. I need to go ahead and hook up this with a BP screw because I don't want to lose any parts. Now this comes with a hose. I hate hoses. I really hate them. That's why I never hooked them on this model. I think I will on the next model, but not on this one. Next model I'm planning on working on is a 1/8 scale Corvette, but that is out of my price range right now, so I'm not even going to attempt that. And here's the fuse box right here. So next we're going to do the windscreen wiper motor, which is this piece that I had dropped earlier. And that has a pin on it on the back side as well. So that gets hooked in with another BP screw. Yeah, I just brought the entire model out just to be on the safe side, because I don't know when I'm going to be hooking up the interior to the chassis, but I'm just bringing it out just to be on the safe side. Okay, windshield wiper motor is right here. I am being clumsy today. Wow. Now here's the heater core cover. Just this flat piece right here with 3 pins on the back. And that is going to fit. Position the heater core cover over the 2 holes in the center and fix in place with 2 BP screws. So, okay, make sure that the small pin is at the top. I see how it goes. So I need to line this up from the back. I need to line up with the holes. This is how it's supposed to fit. But you're not supposed to see the screws, so I have to line everything up from the back side. There's a cat meowing. It's just a loose screw up here, or a loose screw in place here, because I need to line the other hole in place. Once I get that screw in, then I can tighten everything up. Okay, I've got the 2 screws in. Tighten those in place. This is actually a pretty easy build so far. There's our heater core cover. Now comes the part I hate, which is the hose. Fit the one end of the firewall wiring sleeve, which is the hose, over the upper post of the heater core cover. So basically it goes over this post right here. So far, so good. I hate hoses. Okay, next we're going to do the coolant expansion tank cover, which goes over the coolant expansion tank. Now, there's the cover right here. Here is the tank itself right here. And we fit these into place. The pin is just not, I guess it just hooks up just like that. I don't know. Oh, I see how it hooks up. I think. I'm not sure exactly. The way they have this shown on the picture does not fit the way it's shown, or that it actually does fit. Because the way it shows in the photograph here, you have a large hole for the cover. And trying it, I am losing everything. Hooking it up this way here, it's difficult to get the screw in. So I'm going to try reversing it. It looks like it fits better that way, so I am going to try that and see if it works. And if it doesn't work, who's going to know? Besides you and me. So I'm going to hook this up this way. And it's not working, which means maybe it is supposed to be the other way. Okay, so I made a complete idiot of myself. The screw is not tightening up in there. It is, well, no, it didn't hook in place all the way. That is odd. Might have to use a little bit of force on this. Yes, a little bit of force got that in place. Alright, now we're going to hook a pin, which I believe is this part right here, right here, to the heater housing . Fit the post on the coolant expansion tape cover into the hole heated and fit it with a BP screw. Okay. So I'm going to snake this through the inside. Trying to catch the hole. And I did not get it. So I'll have to try again. Difficult to see this. It's difficult to hold on to this too. Okay, I got it that time. Now it's hooked into place. And this heater box gets hooked onto the right side with 2 BP screws. So it's just a matter of lining these up like so. Okay, now if I could keep that lined up. I'll go with the one on the right side first. That's hooked up. I am still blown away by the scale of this car. 1/8 scale. This thing is huge. I like the detail that Fanhome has put into this. Okay, there is our firewall assembly, and that will end stage 55. Okay, we're on stage 56. This is the bottom of the driver's side seat. When I learn how to talk correctly, here is the bottom of the seat, and we have some foam. That's something you don't see every day. I see DP screws, so no oil again. Here's the bottom of the seat, and I have the screws right here. So, time to get started on this. The seat feels almost like cloth. It's more like a plastic, but it does feel a little bit like cloth. It's definitely plastic though, which is nice. Now what we're going to do, and we're going to insert the seat padding under the seat tabs, so the foam goes inside. And then next we're going to take this seat cover here, this base, and I'm trying to figure out which way this goes. It looks like it fits in with this direction right here. Yes, that's what it looks like. So all these little posts in the base here has to go inside. So I have to squeeze this in. When Fanhome goes for accuracy, they don't mess around. I need to pry this tab free. There we go. There, it's supposed to fit like that. Okay, we're going to fit 3 DP screws on the underside of the driver's seat to the base. Okay. It looks like the rear of the seat. So, the back end of the seat here. This is turning out to be quite a bit of an easy build right now. I hope the rest of the car is going to be this way. I mean, I had some issues, especially with the tires. The tires were horrible. Okay, there's the second screw. Get this third screw going. And then after that, I'm going to fit the other 3 screws at the front of the seat. So, not a bad build at all. But I did think of an issue here, which will probably be in another one of these issues, which is how the seat is going to attach to the interior. But I figure they have something figured out already with that. So I'm going to just trust the judgment of Fan Home, because they had designed this already. Alright, screw number 5. There's 4 tabs in this base here. So I'm guessing that's where it hooks up to the attachment that hooks up the seat to the interior. And looking at one of these other stages, it looks like they have that attachment. I hope so. Okay. I dropped the screw here out of this bag. I dropped both screws. That's okay. I know they are DP screws, so I can't put them away. But this seat with the padding is in place, and that is the end of stage 56. Alright, we're on stage 57. More of the seat. We have BP screws here. I have some black parts, which I'm guessing those are for the seat. I'm guessing for the seat reclining, so you can recline the seat. I'm not sure. As well as that piece, and then here is the frame that I was talking about, and it is metal. And I do have DM screws, so haha, that means oil. So, now we're going to get started by taking these 2 black pieces right here. And I need to move the camera because it is just a little off. And I'm going to adjust this, or I'm going to put the seat adjustment mechanism in place here. So looking at the picture, seems like I just fit this like that. And it does pivot. And I hook it into the seat where? Alright, looking at the picture, this goes through a tab. I see. Ah, clever. Goes through a tab and a hole in the seat. And this gets hooked up with a BP screw. The sophistication of this model is just immaculate. I am blown away. But this is the first time I've ever done a subscription model before. Usually all my other models are kits that I buy at the store. Okay, get the screw out of this envelope. Alright, that is in, and it does pivot, which I will leave that alone because I want to make sure it stays tight. So next we're going to take our frame. It's going to pass through, it's going to hook up actually to this driver's seat plate. So I need to line this up. Let me see. Line it up this way. Just like this. And it fits with 2 DM screws. So, get my oil out. Get my little baggie opened up here. Now this will allow the seat to move forward and backwards, so you can adjust the position of the seat so shorter people can sit. And I'm a short person, so if this car were 8 times bigger, I would have to move the seat forward. There is nothing wrong with being a short person. I'm a short person, I don't mind it at all. Okay. The seat does move forwards and backwards. And I'm done with the oil, so I'm going to close that up because I do not want to spill that. DM screw is done also. Now I need to hook up the seat to this base with some DBP screws. I had it lined up. Here it goes. All right. This is going to look really awesome when it's done. The whole car. And I have to wait another year to get this done. This won't move forward all the way because of the BP screw. You only move forward a little bit. Unless I extend this out. If I extend this out, it will go all the way. But enough of playing around with that right now. I need 2 more screws to hook in place. One more screw to do. Now when Fan Home came out with this model, I was like, yes! I want this! Because I am a fan of the show. So I was really happy to start working on this. Okay, there's our seat bottom. And that is the end of stage 57. All right, stage 58 out of 110. So yes, we are at the halfway point. And we're going to work on the seat top. There's a plastic piece right there. I think that is for the back of the seat. We have the seat here, well, the back part of the seat anyway. More foam, or as they call it, padding. We have a plastic piece here. A frame piece. It says it has GM screws, and I don't know why. So we have MP screws, GM screws, LP screws, and here is our seat front with a PMD label of some kind. So let me pull this seat out. I'll keep that label separate. Okay, first thing we're going to do, we're going to take this seat front here, put the padding in, and then the frame. And the frame is going to connect inside these tabs. So that was pretty easy. And the padding is inside the seat. Now, these are going to hook up. Hello, Dolly. We have a whole bunch of screws to hook up in place here. So I am counting 5 LP screws and 2 MP screws. So MP screws are going to go here and here. LP are going to fit here, 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 and here. So let's do the LP screws first. Get those out of the way. And I need my screwdriver for this. This screw does not want to fit in place. Why? This is an LP screw, and yet it does not want to fit into place. And that is because the hole is not drilled out correctly. So I will fix that. Now that screw should fit in that hole. It's barely fitting in there. I think it'll be alright because I think the seat back will cover it up. I do check the Knight Rider pages on Facebook, and apparently these seats, they are called PMD seats. They are difficult to find. They have a lot of imitation seats out there, but the original ones are hard to find. So they are worth a lot of money to do. Alright, now I need those two MP screws. The LP screws are in place. Between the PMD seats and the bowling ball hubcaps for the wheels, for the tires, those are some of the more difficult parts to find for the car. There is a guy in Cleveland, not too far from here, that had made a rather accurate Knight Rider car. I don't know if he still has it, but he had made a screen accurate car. I'd like to hit him up sometime and check him out and see if he still has it. There's our seat right now with the back. Now we're going to hook this up somehow. We're going to hook this up, we're going to hook this in place with a BP screw. Okay. Need to line the hole up. And there's the cat. Alright, the seat is in place. It will move forward and it will recline. And I'm going to leave it alone right now. It's only held in place with that one screw. Now I'm going to shoo this cat out of the way. Get out of here. Now I'm going to take this back and this back piece. Except with the back piece, I'm not going to do anything with this one just yet. But this one is going to hook up to the back of the seat. With 2 BP screws. I wish they used some kind of a screw or something like that to help hold the hinge in place for the pivot point for the seat. But they did not. Okay, one more screw to put in place here. Here we go. Now this back piece hooks up just like this and basically snaps into place. There we go. There's our seat. Now we're going to take this little bar, and this is going to help hold the seat into place. It hooks up on this right side here of the seat. So I need to line this up. It's called a seat connector. Hook that in place. That's a lot better. I like that now. There. That looks better. I like that. Make sure everything's hooked up. Okay. Now we're going to put the PMD sticker on. And let's hope I can do this without messing this up. I am not very good with labels. It's a little bit too far down, but that's okay. There it is right there. Just push that a little bit in there. I want to make sure it's in there tightly. Now we're going to hook this up to the interior. And to do that, we're going to do some work with the GM screws. So I need the oil again. Now I got 4 pins right here. It's tough to hold and point at the same time, but there's 4 pins, and then there's 2 pins right here, 2 thicker pins. The thicker pins are what gets the screws. The thinner pins are what attaches to the interior. So I just need to hook this in. I've got the front ones done. I'm trying to get the back ones in place, or the back ones through the holes. There. Got it. Just snaps into place. I believe the next issue is going to be the passenger seat and maybe the rear seats as well. Okay. One more screw to put into place. This is almost done. Actually a rather easy build today. I lost that screw. Not a problem, I have a spare screw in here, and even if I didn't, I have extra GM screws. Yeah, I tell you, I'm losing everything today. I'm dropping everything. Gravity is not my friend. Tightened up. There's our seat. Let me close this up and then I will test the seat out here, so to speak. Here's our seat. It will move forward and back, or tilt forward and back, I should say. And I'm trying to get the seat to move forward and backwards. It's not moving too well right now. So which means I had unhooked something. That's okay. At least it's in its place. That's all I'm concerned about, and it does move forward and backward. So that's it with this build right here, which is stage 58. Okay, that's it for this build. So, as usual, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave any questions and comments down below, and remember to leave any of those questions and comments rated E for everybody. So, until the next time we work on this, I'm going to say 7-3.